something! Hello everyone, and welcome to Terrorthon 2022. For those new to the party, what this means is a different video on a different subject every single day, some horror streams, some horror movies. It's going to be a fun time, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Today we're going to discuss an annual holiday celebrated by the Spanish and Mexican peoples, known as Dia de Muertos, which originated thousands of years ago with the Nahua people like the Aztecs and the Toltecs. It bears some similarities with Halloween, but it's actually a very different beast, and we're going to go into it right now. As stated, Dia de Muertos originated thousands of years ago. In some cultures, mourning is considered disrespectful, and the dead are treated as part of the family and the community still, even in death. Modern Dia de Muertos mixes elements of some of these pre-Hispanic religious rites and the Christian traditions. It takes place on November 1st and November 2nd, which are All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, appropriately enough. The most common element of Dia de Muertos is family members creating an altar for the deceased with photos and offerings including water, food, and if it was a small child that passed away, you'll often find small toys at these altars as well. And marigold petals are all over the place during Dia de Muertos because these symbolise guiding the wandering souls back to their place of rest. For those familiar with the holiday, you may be wondering where the colourful and unique skull imagery originates from. Well, an important part of the holiday were poems called calaveras. Now, calavera means skull, and they originated in the 1700s. And they were usually sarcastic epitaphs for the living. Sometime in the early 1910s, cartoon illustrator Jose Guadalupe Posada created an etching to go with his calavera, dressed in fancy French clothing with the quote, "Todos somos calaveras," we are all skeletons. His most famous work was Calavera Catrina, and this would become the most ubiquitous symbol of Dia de Muertos, which is why we see the skulls everywhere today. It is common to eat something known as pan de muertos, or bread of the dead, at Dia de Muertos. This contains anise seeds and is usually decorated with bones and skulls, arranged in a circle to represent the circle of life. You've probably seen yourself, but dressing as skeletons is a very important part of Dia de Muertos, and often people will carry noisemakers to fuel the excitement and maybe even to rouse the dead. While those of us who do not celebrate Dia de Muertos may have a rather morbid image of death and find it very depressing, perhaps they have it right. Perhaps we should be celebrating death instead of being fearful of it and just consider it a part of life's great journey. See you tomorrow. Sorry, one last thing. If you want to know if there's going to be a stream or a movie on any given day of Terrorthon, look in the comments in each video and I will pin a comment telling you whether there's going to be a stream or a movie or both on that day. Cool, see you tomorrow.